Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Over the years, human population, urbanization, and income improvement are the causes of increased demands for food of animal origin in developing countries. There has been a rise in production of food of animal origin worldwide, particularly in poultry. The Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) reported that the contribution of poultry meat is around 33% of total global meat production. In Malaysia, poultry production has the highest number of livestock population with 55.7% contribution. Out of this contribution, poultry production plays an important role in livelihoods in Malaysia. However, rising demands for this product have led towards high prices of poultry products in our country. It is a common occurrence that with increased production of animals, there is also an increased demand for feed, particularly for ingredients with high protein and energy value. Since feed is the most costly item in any system of poultry production, a solution must be found to reduce the cost of this feed and consequently reduce the cost of poultry production.
As the price for poultry production's feed keeps soaring high, farmers are more likely to have problems regarding their production costs. There are only have two options to choose: to either keep feeding their poultry adequately or reduce the feeding intake to their poultry. Both options have their pros and cons to take into account. Firstly, if the farmer chooses to keep feeding their animal normally in adequate quantities, their animal will have good properties such as average weight, average body temperature, and normal egg production. But farmers need to remember that they regularly spend a large amount of money on this option, especially in production costs. To avoid any loss, they need to balance their production costs and selling costs. This situation will lead to the rise of poultry selling prices. This in turn will give a negative impact on farmers as people may boycott their products and find other alternatives to meet their need for protein consumption like beef or fishes. Secondly, if the farmer chooses to reduce the feed intake of their poultry, they can easily balance their production costs and selling costs. This means they can keep the poultry at a lower selling price, which leads to more buyers and customers. The problem is their livestock have a higher risk to suffer from problems like reduced egg size and retarded growth. These problems mainly came from protein deficiency due to reduced feed intake. Thus, it will make the livestock average body weight decrease and affect the maximum profit of selling. Regarding this problem, something must be done to make sure poultry get enough food and nutrition without increasing the production and selling costs.
Now, you may be wondering, how are we going to solve this problem? I introduce you the black soldier larva, a source that is rich in protein and bursting with nutrition. Before we go further, I would like to make it clear that these larvae are not meant as a replacement for poultry feed, but as a supplement to meet poultry nutrition requirement. So, why black soldier larva? Research by Mr. Marwa Shumo in the nutritive value of black soldier fly larvae reared on common organic waste stream in Kenya told us that the dry weight of black soldier larvae contains up to 50% crude protein, up to 35% lipid, and have an amino acid profile that is very similar to the poultry feed. This means that a single soldier larva contains protein weighing half of its weight alongside other beneficial nutrients. Next, let's talk about the statistics. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, 100 grams of poultry food only contains 11 grams of protein, and the average poultry feed needs around 150 grams of feed per day. This means that the poultry only gets around 16 grams of protein per day for their growth. Besides that, according to the National Chicken Council, the average chicken needs around 20% or 30 grams of protein in their feed a day. This shows that the current poultry feed is lacking around 14 grams of protein intake per day if it's given in a normal amount. If this situation continues for a long time, it will eventually affect the poultry's muscle growth. To solve this issue, they can fulfill the remaining 14 grams of protein requirement by only using 24 grams of black soldier larvae.
The question arises, where can we obtain the larva and how about the price? Originally, BSL can only be found in tropical or subtropical Western Hemisphere and Australia, but now you can get it in Malaysia from Unique Biotech website or direct from the companies such as Bedsol Sendirian Berhad. The price for the live BSL is RM16 per kilogram and for their eggs is RM6 per gram. 1 gram of their eggs can contain up to 40,000 larvae that needs 3 to 4 days to hatch. Do we need to buy it every time we need it? No, these larvae are easy to take care of and breed. They can live in a bucket filled with some soil and that's it. They can eat anything from food scrap to chicken manure. Yes, chicken manure. So, we can make use of chicken manure by feed to the larvae. They are also easy to keep well fed as they only need 1.5 kg of food for a group of larvae have a 1 kg of body weight. The only things need to be considered is their duration remaining as a larva. They will be in the larva form for about 3 weeks before they will turn into an adult fly. As such, a system needs to be implemented by breeding them by batch so we can get a continuous supply of larvae. The benefit of BSL does not stop here. You can easily breed it as it has a high reproduction rate. They can lay up to 500 eggs in one go. Breeding them also have indirect benefit as it can help us reduce our food waste. Any type of food waste can be their source of food. Finally, their poop can be turned into compost fertilizer. You can make profit from it as in the market it can price up to RM6 per kilogram.
So, with this explanation, we can see why and how black soldier larvae can help poultry farmers to reduce overall farming costs and make sure their animal can get enough nutrients for their growth. I hope all farmers can get as much knowledge from this video and improve the poultry industry in the future. Thank you.